Hello everybody and welcome. I am your humble host Gavin the Kitty and hope you guys enjoyed that remix of Mega Man 2 for Game Boy, but we're actually playing Mega Man 3 today. So let me go ahead and unmute. This took a lot of setup research, finding out that an emulator is better than another one, and here we are. I brought Casey with me today, so let's start with reading chat. Hello Casey, hello Skylar, welcome.
Hello.
All of the words. I can't speak.
Alright, let me get that for you.
Let me just go ahead and start.
Alright. Skylar says hello, and they ask how we are doing today.
I am doing alright. I am just starting up the hardest Mega Man game for Game Boy. Or second hardest if we count the first game, but that's another moment in time, shall we?
That's fair.
So, Skylar, in terms of emulators, so an emulator is a repurpose of essentially you're using part of your computer processing to emulate a piece of hardware. So it's acting like something else. The thing is that when it comes to an emulator, it also needs a ROM to function. Emulators in of themselves are not illegal, however, pirating ROMs is. I don't pirate the ROMs because I own a majority of the things I play on the streams. I do my best to own at least a digital copy, if not a physical copy. In Mega Man 3's case here, I actually own a 3DS digital copy. But we were using MGBA, which is not accurate enough to run Mega Man 3 for Game Boy. Casey, would you like to tell them about that?
Yes. So, the best way I could describe it is that it had a lot more lag, which was actually more accurate towards the Game Boy. However, this emulator that we're using, actually...
This is a bit more accurate to the Game Boy, actually.
Oh, really? Well then... Huh.
It was adding lag on top of what was already in the game.
Alright.
And eating inputs because of it. It was so weird. Android, but not iOS. Yeah, you're probably not going to find very many iOS emulators just due to Apple's copyright system and how hard it is to get stuff up on their Apple Store when it comes to emulators. Just their devices don't allow you to download and read things the same way, so you're locked out of most of your CPU power and your processing power and as a whole, so iOS emulation just is not great. To go along with that theme, believe it or not, most emulation's a little strange when it comes to handhelds. I'm not an expert. I haven't owned a good enough phone to run emulators up until, well, late last year when I got a new phone. Puppy Dog says boops before getting comfy in a blanket and lurking. Okay, cool.
I know that my Motorola can run Dolphin extremely well.
So here's one of the trickiest bits of the game, but it's pretty much required if you want to see the ending of here. Yes, we do have rewinds, again, that actually function instead of crash the game. Oh, so let's get into the story of Mega Man 3 here for Game Boy before I run out of time to talk about it. So, 3 for Game Boy's story is that Wily found an offshore oil platform and is using it as an alternate source of power for its robots. And, yeah. No. And Mega Man has gotten word that 4 of Dr. Cossack's bots have been stolen. It is now off to that offshore oil platform, stopping the masters along the way that are terrorizing the humans. How is audio, everybody? I'd like to know, are levels good and whatnot, because right now I feel like just maybe I might be either a little too loud, or the game might be too loud, and I'm not quite sure. But this is Snake Man's fight. He is fairly easy. He's probably your easiest boss to go to on that stage select. Some people can handle Gemini. I can on NES, but not so much here. I like to go in weakness order, especially in this game. This game is very, very difficult. It's a bit laggy comparative to all of the other Game Boy titles. And, but just between me, the chat, and pretty much everybody on the Megaman wiki, this is probably the one game where I think if you say Minakuchi's evil, I would believe you if you only played this one. You want to talk about Dust Crushers in Mega Man 4 being bad? Here they are evil. They added spikes to these Dust Crushers.
I still like Dustman stage though.
I've also got one secret game planned right after Mega Man 3, where me and Casey are going to take turns doing something kind of silly. But how is the chat? How is the chat doing today? Seeing as I haven't really had a chance to ask.
Yeah, how are you doing, chat?
Gonna try to keep things lively today, cause oh boy, it's been a weird morning for me. I haven't been able to sleep. Practice last night for this game started out absolutely dreadful. When we were using MGBA, we essentially ran into some problems, a lot of problems, and I already knew that I couldn't run this game super great, so, because controller problems have been plaguing me all month long. And, yeah, so, on the topic of controllers, Casey, would you like to tell them what kind of controller I'm using?
Well, Gavin is using a TurboGrafx controller. I don't know too much on the system, so that's probably more of your forte. I'm so sorry.
That's fine. So the TurboGrafx was a system made by Hudson Soft. Hudson is now owned by Konami, and Konami, within the mini-system craze, partnered up with, I believe, Amazon for distribution, and 8-Bit Dough for some of their stuff, and pulled off some of the best feeling 2-button controllers I've ever held. They did TurboGrafx pad style and a PC Engine pad style. I have one of each. And I'm getting a knock at my door. Give me just a moment. Back to the game.
Is everything alright?
Brent ordered food.
Oh.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Regardless of that, so the PC Engine controller is one of my favorites in terms of a 2-button pad. So what it has is a built-in turbo fire function. I know it doesn't look super fast here. Trust me, it's a lot faster on like NES styles. It's got 3 settings, one that's kind of a one and done, one that is a slower speed turbo, and one that is a faster speed turbo. But the buttons have a smooth, flattish caps, so instead of them having any sort of indents or convex curves, it's one of them is slightly more convex than the other, but they're smooth and they've got a nice clicky press that's very similar to the NES's. And then the D-pad for the system is a full disc D-pad, so you've got access to all of your corner buttons without having to hit any of the sides, and it's got a nice rough texture on the main D-pad. So essentially what you have is a good feeling D-pad that glides across your thumb instead of cutting into it.
Yeah. It's really, really good.
It is my preferred Game Boy and NES controller when I can use it. The NES dog bone style controller comes very, very close with some of the use cases I've used it on, but for now, the TurboGrafx is what we're using here. It's not quite similar to a Game Boy, but it sure does work like one, which is great.
Yeah, I actually really like this controller a lot. Gavin has 2 of them, and he's letting me borrow one of them. And I gotta say, it's a really good controller.
Yeah, like they're just sturdy. They have a nice feel. They've got 2 bumped edges on the either side, so that way then you're not the controller doesn't dig into your hands. It's a nice feel. But we covered Mega Man 3 and 4 yesterday, so some people might be wondering, well, I already saw some of these bots. What's the point in playing the Game Boy games? And that's probably been the thought for Mega Man 4 for Game Boy, too. And it's definitely going to be the thought for Mega Man 1 and 2 for Game Boy. So what does 3 do? So what does 3 do differently aside from stage design? Well, 1, Mega Man 3 for Game Boy is a lot less buggy than Mega Man 3 for NES, so there's that. We have a slightly more consistent art style here that we didn't see in the NES version because... So, essentially, Mega Man has 3 different forms. There's the drawings, there's the artwork for promotional purposes and box arts. There is the character sprites, and then there's the sprites based on the artwork. When it comes to the game's art style, it actually pays for the enemies to be a bit more simplistic and the backgrounds and areas to be the most complex thing in a Mega Man game. Which is fine. It makes them stand out. And on the Game Boy, you get that. On the NES, you don't always have that consistency of the style. And then to go along with that, the artwork in the weapon get screen is actually closer to the artwork made for the game than the actual weapon get in Mega Man 3 for NES. I just noticed I picked the wrong stage.
Did you?
I did. I was supposed to go Shadow Man.
Uh-oh.
We're going off route, folks.
Oh no, Gavin's going off route.
Can you say the name again?
Maokai.
Maokai, hello, welcome.
Let me read that for you.
Yeah, if you could, thank you.
Yes! I made it in time. Hello, friends, what's happening?
Mega Man 3 for Game Boy, my struggles to find an emulator, the PC Engine controller and how awesome it is, and just the sheer insanity it was preparing for today's stream and doing the practice run. And right now I'm going over what makes 3 for Game Boy different from the NES version and therefore worth playing. Also, having the charge shot in Mega Man 3 is very strange, but it really does help to keep the gameplay moving. Because we have stuff like these Hammer Joes, which normally take like, I don't know, 12 shots. Here it takes 2 charge shots and 1 single pellet. You've just got a different set of gimmicks. I don't think one version of Mega Man 3 is superior to the other one. But if you thought 3 for NES wasn't a challenge, 3 for Game Boy is right up your alley. Jammertron says, hey, hello, welcome. Alright. How's everybody in chat doing today? I'm doing quite alright myself. 2 Gemini lasers there. Also, Gemini laser runs faster in this game than the NES game. I believe they took the coding for it here to the NES version for that patch that I ran yesterday. Also, this is a sneaky trick. This'll never drop an enemy. It won't even drop a block. But it looks like it.
Maokai says they're okay. And they said, yay, fast G laser.
Yeah. It's really fun because you can get it stuck in weird places and then you're having a real fun time. Alright, we're gonna try to not use too much of my,
Gematron says they're... Oh.
I did it!
Yay, you did it! How many... Did you rewind? I wasn't paying attention, I'm sorry.
No, I didn't. I didn't rewind at all.
Nice.
You want to go ahead and read that out right now?
Yeah, the Gematron says they're here while they play Ragnarok.
Well, that's lovely. God of War is always fun. So we were actually supposed to go Snake, Gemini, Shadow, Spark, but we're going a little bit off the grid today. So in terms of weakness order, Mega Man 3 had 2 loops. You had one with Snake, Gemini, and Needle, and then one with Top, Shadow, Magnet, Spark, and Hard. Here we have a mixture of both, and none of it makes sense. So Gemini Laser beats Shadow Man, Shadow Man beats Spark Man, Spark Man beats Snake Man. No, I don't know how that makes any sense. It just kind of happens. Ooh, it looks like we got a really interesting thought question in chat right now.
Could you even imagine the charge shot being limited to special weapons? Crazy if the Gemini laser, which is split in 2, plus doesn't Spark Shot still suck in this game?
So in terms of Mega Man 3, if you watched my playthrough yesterday, you could say that I am a bit of a Spark Shot apologist. I like the Mega Man 3 weapons. I like Topspin. I like Spark Shot. I like the weirdness of Gemini Laser. Gemini Laser is a heavy dealing weapon. Sir Snake is really good for covering ground. Spark Shot, on the other hand, is fantastic in this game because, of course, the one time I want to show it off, I whiff the enemy. Let me get to a different enemy real fast. So the thing about Spark Shot here is it actually saves the status of enemies on screen. So what that means is, instead of needing to rely on Spark Shot that can't damage enemies, you could switch over, he'll stay paused, and then you could hit him with literally any weapon. Because it's not a sprite that's holding it in place, you're given more freedom. Sorry for any flashing lights, the Game Boy games are very harsh with this. Luckily, I think this and the first one are kind of the last two to do really wild flashing lights like that. So as far as weapons are concerned, this game definitely does a good job at making the ones that are a little less desirable way better. Alright, we're gonna go in with Gemini Laser and hope for the best. How is the chat holding up today? Anybody got any questions, comments?
Maokai says, good, finally.
Yeah.
With your explanation.
Also, all of the music, so So for all of the music in Mega Man 3 and 4, I learned this last night while doing some research. All of it was composed by one person, and they did their best to get as close and accurate to the NES songs as possible. And I think they did a fantastic job. And they are still composing in the games music in the games industry, but I didn't look up what they did, so in recent years. But as we enter the Wily Castle, they do that for the classic ones or just certain ones? What do you mean exactly? Like, mess with the weapons? Because Mega Man 3 and Mega Man 4 for Game Boy are the only two that kind of sort of mess with the weapons at all. 2 for Game Boy, I mean, messes with the weapons if you're used to the Mega Man 2 stuff. Oh my god, yeah, no. That's just easier in all regards. Yeah, the weapons. Yeah, mostly just this one and Mega Man 4 for Game Boy. They mess with the weapons just barely. Not a whole massive lot, but enough to make me go, oh yeah, this is now a more useful tool in my arsenal. Almost all of the weapons from Mega Man 5 for Game Boy was quite nice.
Triple Strike says, "Hey there, I'm just having lunch and watching your show, Gavin."
Well, thank you for stopping in, Triple Strike. I'm glad you're enjoying it so far. I've got so many more episodes that are Mega Man related. So now that we've beaten the giant Suzy, we are now on to the second 4 set of bosses, and here is where the game gets a little bit unfair, especially if you're running an emulator like MGBA. We right now are using Same Boy version 15. You thought 5 had the worst weapons, although they were entertaining. So 5 for Game Boy is a completely different game. We played the DX patch when we did our run for Mega Man. You can find that playthrough by typing in Mega Man World 5 in YouTube, I believe, or on the channel. In fact, all of the Game Boy games are 5 for Game Boy and 5 for NES are very different in terms of weapon usage, and I feel like 5 for NES has some underrated weapons. 5 for Game Boy has some underutilized weapons. There's a massive difference. 5 for Game Boy's weapons are really good, but you don't get a whole lot of ammo with them. And 5 for NES has some weird weapons that you have to get used to the weird trajectories of to actually make use of. But once you do, you get a ton of use out of them, like Power Stone. Like 5 sets up situations where you don't think Power Stone would be useful, but then you try it and you realize you hit with nearly 2 or 3 of them at one time, which is cool. If you want to unfair?
Yeah.
Is unfair ... fun?
This is an amazing gameplay, Gavin, and good luck in the battle, says Python.
Okay, Slips Python, welcome to the channel. Yes, of course, I'm going to try my best here. Punk is going to be the real deciding factor of whether this game is that great or not. So, this is what I mean by unfair. You are spawned right here on this frame onto the screen. It only takes 2 pixels, which isn't very much for holding up. So I will generally mostly be hit by enemies. They spawn in just at the edge of the screen, right when you don't want them to. This was changed for Mega Man 4 for Game Boy to make them spawn in later, so that way then things didn't just spawn in on top of you. So, if you're wondering why, oh, you're just dying all over the place, it's probably because you have to actually slow down to make this a more enjoyable experience. And I know most Mega Man players are like Sonic players. We don't want to slow down. We just want to go crazy with the shots. But yes, thank you everybody who's stopping in so far. I've got one other secret game for today, but I'm not going to give away what that is. It is also a Game Boy title. But yeah, we have large jumps, like three 3 spike pits and weird enemy placement where if you're not just right on the platform, you're getting knocked into the pit. The enemy placement here is what's poor. There are a few stage hazards that also do, you know, stuff like this, but I don't think it's quite as... I don't think it ever gets quite as horrendous as this. And extra life. I wanted to pick that up last night. We found that we can get up to like 5 extra lives by the end, as long as I don't really die and try not to take too many risks. I am going to be rewinding and using as much of my ability to, you know, not die as possible, but that's what's gonna happen. But I think the one word to sum up Mega Man 3 for Game Boy would have to be, if it's not weird enemy placement, then it's spikes.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Slinky Dog says the show is great, love the game, cool. Glad you're enjoying the gameplay. This is some of the weirder stuff I've had to play in recent times. You kinda gotta just stand on the edge of the platform, spawn in Rush, and hold left. Then you have to spawn him in on the single platform and just kinda go for it. You can reach the ladder if Rush is on the spikes, but you have to be confident in your jump, because otherwise, yeah, you just get some weirdness. And make sure you have enough Rush Coil energy, or else you can't make it up there, which is why that spike is down there. Like I said, the placement of this stuff is very not great. That is my honest opinion here. Some of the layouts just a little bit funky.
That's true. I've seen like pretty crazy stuff come out of this game. Let me see here. Maokai says, I only saw a bit of the show on YouTube. My brother showed me, because I didn't believe him when YouTube was younger.
Question mark?
I
don't exactly know how to interpret that. I've been doing this for quite some time, so as far as YouTube or anything being younger or anything, I've only been doing this for like a year. Two if you count the uploads, but...
YouTube, I've been around for a bit, not too long.
I've been on this platform since 2005, I can't say anything. I just haven't been uploading content since 2005. It is what inspired, early YouTubers like Fred and stuff was what inspired me to originally make content. But then I learned a lot more from watching people like Some Call Me Johnny and other gaming-based YouTubers who I just really liked, because I love video games, so, like, why not? And when I, you know, wanted to do this as a job, it kind of just added up.
Leo and Tig say, just by watching on your other shows, it was marvelous, Gavin. Keep up the great work.
Other shows. Well, I mean, I have uploads, but I mean, I'm guessing you're talking about other uploads and streams. Maokai says they love Some Call Me Johnny. Chronobird, hello, says Rush has a more realistic reaction to spikes than Mega Man. I agree.
That's facts.
Thinking of being a YouTuber yourself, Maokai, if you are thinking of being a YouTuber, let me bring in a little bit of realization into your thoughts. You have to get a normal job before you start YouTube. Because very few people are going to let you live rent-free while you work on YouTube. I managed to work my ass off and got to a point where I was so stressed out I couldn't work a normal fast food job like I was. And I'm good at cooking. I love cooking. I watch stuff on it all the time. I used to be I was trained to be a manager at multiple different stores in terms of like Chipotle and Subway and stuff. And I've worked at stuff like Tim Hortons. All of that stuff, you gotta have at least a little bit of capital to do it, because it takes a while to build an audience. Essentially, all you're doing by making videos is telling YouTube who your audience is, and then once you've built up a bit of an audience and gotten, you know, at least 1,000 people, that's when you're able to start making money on YouTube, which is why we're not there yet. We're still growing. I'm still trying to find that audience. I've got consistent audience members, yes, but in terms of YouTube's algorithm, I'm still technically searching for an audience. Because until it gets to 1,000, I can't do anything. Hello.
We got a lot of people coming in here.
Oh yeah, they're moving. Maokai said they meant the Megaman cartoon. They're bad.
When they were talking about the YouTube thing.
Oh, okay. Yes. The Megaman cartoon. Ruby Spears, I believe, is the one you're talking about. It's the 2D animated one. That is not my favorite. I am much more a fan of Megaman Fully Charged, which is the CGI cartoon. I got to meet a lot of the people who worked on it. And from that, I've learned a lot about working with Capcom on these series and stuff. It's been a fascinating time. Yeah, Rush won't stand on no ground. He has to be at least 2 pixels onto the platform. If he is 1, he will spawn in, stand, realize it's 1 pixel, and then leave. Which is very strange. It is so strange. Casey, if you want to keep up with chat for a bit.
Yeah, I got you. Maokai says they wish you the best. Maokai says, hi, Casey, Wiley, the hyena, Interest in the raccoon, and Alejandro the raccoon.
Alright.
And then Chaos, the winged bat, comes in, says, hello again, Gavin. Back to Megaman.
Yes, been keeping on Megaman all month long. I've done 3 and 4. Yesterday, we did 4 and 5 for Game Boy. This week, we are deciding to test something new and do an extra stream this week. Push forward my schedule just a little bit. So this week, we're going to finish up with Mega Man 1 all the way on Friday. And Mega Man 1 and 2 for Game Boy tomorrow. So we're working with some fun stuff. We're working with... Oh, no, you're fine. We're working with some fun stuff this week. Go for it.
We got Victor the Brown Bat coming in to say hello. YM the Bat and DeAndre the Bat, all saying salutations.
Hello, everybody. As everybody's getting in here, I'm going to do my one chill out for the video. If you guys could all just like, subscribe, share the video with a friend, that would be awesome. YouTube keeps streams up for pretty much the entire life of a channel, so forever. So please do, you know, share this stuff around, because it's gonna stay up. It's here to stay, here to last.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're trying to hit 1,000 subs, and I think we can do it this year. Alright, here's Skullman, and I'm gonna show off, I guess, his more goofier pattern, that if you don't hit anything on the controller, Skullman doesn't do anything.
Just like in the game he's from, 4.
Here's another little trick. If you can inch Mega Man at least like up to like 4 or 5 pixels before he actually does anything. Skullman has to see you move at least a tile forward before he thinks you have moved. Which I think is kind of great.
Mr. Stripe says, how interesting. You've been planning for a long time?
I have been planning and playing Mega Man since forever, and I've been planning this this series for, I don't know, 2 months now? To do the streams at least. In terms of the... Because these are companion pieces to the actual Mega Man, the Ultimate Guide to Mega Man videos I've done. In terms of that, that's been a 4-year journey of me working on this stuff.
Chronobird says, like a skeleton, he plays dead.
Yes, he do. I like that answer.
Like that.
It do. Off to Dive Man stage. We went over all the Robot Masters in their respective titles. We're going to do that same thing for Mega Man 1 and 2, so we're probably not going to talk so much about the games, the lore in the Game Boy games, but I will show off the Game Boy games, finish them up, and, you know, do my best to show these games a little bit of justice. So Dustman's weapon is quite powerful. I mentioned that during the Mega Man 4 playthrough yesterday. And here's just the showcase. And I wish I could say that it was perfect, but it's not.
Anubis comes in and says, sup, y'all?
Hello! We also have the Gulper saying they wish they... Battle Royale on bosses in Mega Man. I mean, I don't...
That'd be kind of interesting. Like, they're talking like Tetris 99.
That would be really cool. That would be...
Like, you have a boss rush, and whoever taps out, like, you know, you're out of the round. Out of, like, multiple people playing.
That would be really cool. The closest we have to that is the Mega Man X Legacy Collection has the X Challenge, where you fight 2 Mavericks at the same time. So you'll fight stuff like Frost Walrus and Chill Penguin, and you've only got 3 weapons and 3 lives in normal mode, and you just gotta do your best. You're in full armor, and yeah, it's crazy. I believe Casey saw me fight the Skyver and Neon Tiger the other day.
I saw you beat them all.
Yeah, well, I didn't beat them all, but like...
Okay, the majority of them. Are you happy?
Well, no, I only did like 4 or 5 matches, but...
That's fair.
There's 3 for every one, and then 9 total, plus 1 final one where you play as the X in the his 25th anniversary armor, while you have to fight around X and Zero's fight in X5. That one requires you to beat every other fight on normal mode, and I have never done that. It's too challenging for me, so...
Alright, we got some other people here in chat. We got... Let's see here. We got Chronobird saying shotgun junk. Azul the cheetah says bonjour.
Bonjour.
Maokai, what if Ultimate Upgrade from Ben 10 merged with Mega Man X? Who is supposed to have infinite potential? Trippy.
Interesting. So, the fact that you've mentioned Ben 10, if you like Ben 10, or at least the original series, Mega Man Fully Charged was made by the Ben 10 creators. So, there is a show for you. And in terms of X or Ben, I want to give it to Ben just for nostalgia purposes, but I'd have to say probably X. Just because he's got the ultimate armor, and the Nova Dash, and yeah.
Alright, we got CJ the Snow Leopard and March the Leopard greeting you, saying hey.
Hello.
Maokai says, or classic, then they fight X. And then they're greeting the other 2.
Well, classic has some of the same potential that X does. I didn't show off the Awakener chip in Mega Man 11, but if you ever used the Awakener chip and the infinite cooling system in that game, I'm not telling you how to unlock it. Classic gets really close to being on par with X.
Alright, we got February, the Saber-Tooth Tiger saying hello, Andre the Kangaroo saying sup, Tyler the Kangaroo saying hey, Maokai greeting them, and then Versington saying hello.
Maokai, we're gonna get a lot of people like that. We have a lot of people that say hi and then dip for some reason. I still don't totally get it, but hey, I'm cool with it.
They're playing Roblox.
Probably.
Instead of watching Gavin Dragon.
You know, that adds up. That adds up.
Stink Bomb, fight on like a warrior, Gavin Dragon. You are number 1.
I'm going to attempt. But in terms of me being number 1, I'm just a guy who shows this stuff off. I just did a lot of research leading up to things, so... This was the, this is... Gavin, master of Bites Zedosto. Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Oh my gosh. Of
Lovely.
course.
Lovely, I've got a stand now.
By the way, hello, Megaman Stink Bomb. Hope you have a good time. Play Megaman World 3.
Yeah.
What?
So, let's go into some dev history. This game was made by Minakuchi Engineering. They are an outsourced company who made a majority of the Game Boy games. They made Mega Man 1 for Game Boy, 3 for Game Boy, 4, 5, and Mega Man X3 along with the Wily Wars on Sega Genesis. So, if you're ever curious as to, you know, who made all these Game Boy games and who was asking for them, it was Capcom and Minakuchi. Biox made Mega Man 2 for Game Boy, and they were never rehired for the Mega Man series. Their internal development team didn't seem to enjoy the difficulty of Mega Man, and therefore dumbed down the difficulty, along with changed quite a bit. But in terms of outsourcing, Minakuchi really did understand the Mega Man series, and a majority of them got merged in with Capcom.
Maokai says, I count 3 wars, Wily, Maverick, and Elf.
Wily, Maverick, Elf, and then, you have the end of Doom... No! Because we had Wily, Maverick, Elf Wars, then you had the... oh shoot, what is it called? Then you had Mega Man Zero, which was its own entire battle. Like, that's its own thing. And ZX kind of just continued that with an even harder struggle. Alright, time to talk about these platforms, shall we?
Oh my gosh. Before we do, Chronobird says Capcom understands that we are masochists.
Yeah, absolutely. Minakuchi Engineering absolutely did, because they made some of the hardest Mega Man games I've ever played, and one of the best ports of Mega Man 1, 2, and 3 that I've ever played as well. So...
Here comes Revolta strolling in to say sup.
Hello. That's actually to keep them separated because we have Carrot smoking a pipe Revolta. Just call that one Highlander.
All right, that's fair.
They're 2 different people. I don't want to get them confused.
All right.
Some people are like, I don't get it. It's like, it's okay. You don't have to.
Yeah, it's just like how there's Casey the hyena, and then there's
Casey Tape.
The
Who-
Dutchie.
My co-commentator for most of my streams now recently.
I exist, chat. Hello.
She does a lovely job. Round of applause for Casey Tape.
No, please don't. Oh, your double has appeared. Gavin the Batwolf has come in to say hello.
Of course. Alright, hello everybody.
Wow, the way you said that.
Well, I'm just like saying, well, we were talking about doubles, and like, well, you speak to the devil, and it shows he shall appear, you know. Anyways.
I'm right here. What do you mean? I've been here. Zachary the Bat Fox has showed up, and they said sup. Caden the Bat Fox also says hello.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. We are just now at Drillman, and we are now at just about 47 minutes. So,
Sebastian is here. They say hey.
hello, and Liam is responsible. He's here. Hello, bud. How you doing? They said they're so tired, their arms are sore. Oh, I'm sorry, bud. How you doing, though? Hope you've been enjoying the streams lately, even if you haven't been able to catch them live. Ooh, one more hit. And he gave us kind of the safe pattern. He can do one of 3 things. He can walk towards you, jump towards you, or dig into the ground. Jumping is a bit rare. Walking is even more rare. Drilling under the ground is most common. Hello.
We got rarities now?
Yeah, that's the... So essentially, the patterns of the Mega Man 4 bosses are all based on probability and where you're standing in favor to them. Like, Dustman can either send out the Dust Crusher, or... yeah. Anyways. Before...
we got a lot of people.
Yeah, we got a lot of people. I'm not gonna leave you waiting. I'm gonna go back in here and get another E-Tank real fast, because we are 1 short for the final Wily Tower.
Okay. Let's see here. We got Vernon coming in to say hello. Felipe saying damp cave this one. Lapsington... Oh, sorry.
Yep. Oh, go. Just go.
Lapsington saying hello. Verde coming in to say hello. Felipe also asking, why is Drillman in Mega Man 3?
So, Mega Man 3 for Game Boy... So, the Game Boy games mostly mash up 2 games. So, you get Mega Man 3 for your first half, and Mega Man 4 for your second half. So, we are now on the second half of the game. And, like, Mega Man 1 had the first 4 bosses from Mega Man 1, and 4 bosses from Mega Man 2. And 2 had 4 from 2, 4 from 3. 4 had 4 from... the other 4 from 4, and... 4 from 5. And 5 had a fully original cast, so... Including a new companion and everything, so...
I wonder who that could be.
Oh, it was Tango.
It's the kitty.
Maokai says, you know what they should have done? Made a mini-game, What If Side series of rescue games where various members of the Mega Man fam rescue Mega Man. Tango, Rush, Beat, Roll, Auto. A game for each segment in one.
So... I should probably say this. They kind of sort of did that with the Pocket Station. I'm not ready to showcase the complete work series yet. But essentially the Pocket Station was a little device that hooked into your PlayStation memory card, and you could download mini-games that would upgrade Mega Man or the bosses. And each of the mini-games are based on Rush, Tango, Roll, Beat, and Mega Man, and they would upgrade your health, your weapon status, how much weapon ammo you could have, if you had a charge shot or not, how fast it charged, your slide speed, your slide length. You could change all of that stuff by just leveling up Mega Man. I believe max level is level 50. But we are officially on a new stage here. We are on the Wily oil base.
Alright. Let's see here.
We have a lot
Liam
more text. Go for it.
Liam is responsible. Says, I just had a jam session on my drum set and I was going crazy, only to realize that my camera wasn't recording at all.
Nah, I would have loved to see that.
Maokai hopes they feel better. Chronobird, oh, you stand 1 pixel away. I'm going to make your life a living hell.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna rush through the highs. Hello, Shieldy the Numbat, Zero the Red Panda, Gary the Dog, Sescal the Otter, Journo the Lynx, Mad Cat, and that. Okay, I think we're caught up. And hello, Mad Cat. There you go.
Okay, this game is awesome and looking forward to the future, says Mad Cat.
I'm glad you are. The rest of the week, the rest of the week in terms of playthroughs are going to be rather interesting, and next week is going to get a little dicey as far as copyright is concerned.
Yeah.
Because I've got one game that uses some copyrighted music, and I can't play the opening or ending section, and it's a 3-disc PlayStation game.
Alright, give me a second. I'll be right back.
Yeah, alright. I'm gonna try to catch up on chat as well. Alright. Whoop that Wily. Flippy said, Punk isn't dead. Maokai said, who is it? Was Felipe. Felipe says Punk has now died. So that was Punk, the second of 3 Mega Man killers. We saw Ballad in Mega Man World 4, as well as all of them in Mega Man World 5. World 3 here introduced Punk as a playable character. It wasn't playable, yeah. As a character. Punk gives you the Screw Crusher, which is his weapon. And then we are off to the actual base itself. But Punk, in and of itself, is just kind of the second of the Mega Man killer. He doesn't really play by the game's rules. He kind of just destroys platforms where he wants. But just use your charge shot and give it your best go. Other appearances by him appear in Mega Man 5, as well as Mega Man 10, where you can play through this stage reimagined, and at the end you fight Punk. Hello, Dr. Viper. It says, why can't you let the evil scientist win? I should work with him. Well, I mean, he is kind of, sort of, threatening the Earth. I kind of, sort of can't let the bad guy win. At least not this time around. Maybe when we get back to Sonic, I'll let the bad guys win one. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. That might be a stream later this month. Anyways... Punk was here first, then Battle Network. Yes, however, Battle Network doesn't connect to the classic series at all. So, Battle Network is its own timeline. I covered all of that in the Ultimate Guide Part 2. Alright, here is one of the hardest sections of this game. Rush can't be moved up or down in this game. So... we're gonna use Die Missile. But yes, Punk is a NetNavi. He is operated by Mr. Famous. He was a contest winner designed there. But yeah. Love Punk's design. Love the feel of him as a character. Felipe asks, now what is Wily's big plan? It's... stuff. So Wily's major plan for this game is just kind of to siphon off the offshore oil so he can build more bots and terrorize the world with them. And if he gets away with it, he is able to... and if he gets away with it, he'll be able to basically terrorize everybody with robots and prove that he's the best. But, yeah, no, you can do the best while also being peaceful, but, you know. Wily can't take the hint and thinks it's all a big attack against him. He's got some ego, I'll say that much. This stage is quite a bit harder on Mega Man 10, mostly due because all the Hammer Joes were replaced by Sniper Joes there, and the fact that all of the up and downs were replaced with the bombarding enemies from the Commando Man stage, which ups the difficulty because they sway left and right. Philippe, alright, Malachi says, I wish Battle Network had as many games as Classic, almost as many anyways, but profits, what can you do? What if Wily won but was benevolent somehow? That would be strange, but the main thing that he wants is mostly just recognition for his evils, for his, you know, scientific achievements. Which, I mean, that's a fair way to look at it. But I also don't think Wily's in the right here by going after Dr. Light like this and trying to humiliate him constantly. Because unlike Eggman, where Eggman kind of wants Sonic gone, Wily doesn't care if Mega Man exists or not. He just wants to humiliate Dr. Light and any scientist who gets in his way. If you want, I think he would just play pranks on people for a while. Yeah, probably. We're getting a kind of bad storm outside right now. So, Maokai, in terms of Battle Network having as many games as Classic, we will be playing Battle Network, later this week. Or next week, sorry, my bad. When it comes to Battle Network not having as many games, Battle Network came very close to having just as many games, and as far as that's concerned, I'm very hopeful we'll get a new game here soon, because Capcom has been treating Mega Man with the utmost respect lately, and it's been really great. I love the Battle Network series. I love this entire franchise. I started this series to kind of show that, yes, while I'm good at the game, I'm also knowledgeable, and I love this franchise. It helped me through one of the darkest times of my life, and they're just fun to play. In most cases. There are a few I don't really enjoy, but it's not for lack of poor quality. Like, I even like X6 and 7, so... that says a lot about me. We got 6 and 4 half games? What? We got... 5 half times. Well, dark times! I mean, like, my parents were going through a divorce, I didn't have any friends at my new school, and I was struggling to just kind of exist. And Mega Man just kind of helped out with that, because I wasn't worried about stuff. I was focused on playing Mega Man. And getting good at video games. And learning about video game history and how these games are put together and made. Which I know sounds a little dumb, but, like, that's how it happened. Just like that, the other Big Susie is done, and now all we have is the final boss. Let me go ahead and catch up on chat here real fast. Malcrisis is not them at all. Then they could pull timey-wimey shenanigans to make more. They already have! So, in terms of Battle Network, there was the Mega Man Operate Shooting Star, which was a crossover with Star Force, where they went back to the first game and added an extra scenario. They were planning to make an Operate Shooting Star 2, however, that didn't really get off the ground because Shooting Star 1 didn't sell well. Shooting Star 1 didn't sell well because it didn't come over here to the States. Which is really weird. Don't ask me. I'm assuming they mean Network Transmission, Battleship Challenge, Wonder Swan. Oh, blue, white, yeah, okay, that makes sense. So, if that's the case, then we've got we've got 1 Operate Shooting Star, 2, 3 blue and white, so we'll count that as 2, 5. 2 mobile phone titles, the Legacy Collection, 4 red and blue, 4 red, blue, 4.5, which is now we're at 11. 5 Team Proto Man, Team Colonel, DS, and then so that's 3 more. 6. Battle Network had 2. Battle Network had 2 English dubs, and one of them was only for 1 season. It aired in China and then nowhere else, and is actually more accurate. They called the show Rockman even, which is kind of neat. But as far we only really got 1 dub that tried to do all of it. However, since the games decided not to the people didn't buy the games or watch the show at the time, we only got 3 seasons. We got the first season, the second season, and Access, and then we didn't get Stream, Beast, the movie, or Beast Plus. And we are officially at Wily. Oh my gosh.
You sound so winded.
I am. Oh boy. Hello, Zenith the Protogen. I'm doing just fine. Chronobert says, have there ever been any unused enemies in the classic series? All over the place. Actually, believe it or not, there's a ton of unused enemies.
Weren't some of them reused in 11?
Some of them were reused in 11, yeah. And I hope more are reused in 12.
See, you guys are waiting for 12. You know what I'm waiting for?
X9, Battle Network 4, Battle Network 7, or Star Force 4.
Star Force 4. You know me. All day, baby.
If you could catch up on chat for me, I'm quite winded right now.
Yep, I gotcha. So let's see here. There's a lot of people typing in chat. What was the last message you read?
It was Zenith saying, "How are you?" Maokai said, "I want to buy all the games." But
right.
yeah, they're expensive. But I'd say just stick to the legacy collections. Capcom will re-release them. Trust me.
All right. So let's see here. Zenith has popped in. Yes. How are you? Okay. Catching up. Give me a second. Hello, Furry.
Hi, Febs. The bomb text says, "Are there any official Region 1 NTS CBDs of the entire cartoon?" So, for... yes, actually. There is one re-release of the OVA that was from a while ago, one re-release of the Ruby Spears cartoon, and the Battle Network animes are entirely free to watch until September on streaming platforms like YouTube for free. So you can actually watch all of them on the official Capcom channel all the way through Access, and if you go to the Japanese Capcom website, you can watch all the way up to Beast Plus and the movie until September 25th, I believe.
Not only that, they're in quality higher than DVD, and you can actually hear the voices much more clearer now.
Yep. And some of the episodes that were removed from Access in the first and second seasons have been subtitled. So we have stuff like Go to Heck by Train. I don't want to really say that word. I just don't feel it's necessary.
Zenith asks, are you going to do some drawing streams?
Yes, I am. We will be doing a drawing stream later on this month. I've got something planned near the end of the month. This for a little Mario run. Just for funsies.
Thinking about doing a drawing stream sometime.
Alright. And there we go. Tronbon 2, said Felipe. That's...
Yeah, Legends 3?
Question mark? Yeah, we'll get Legends 3 eventually. I guarantee you that much, because Capcom has a lot of respect. The only problem has been finding the resources and times to make them. So, Legends 3, Megaman's 12 through 15 have all been licensed out. They already got the copyright for those numbers through it. X9, ZX3, Legends 3, and Battle Network 7, and Star Force 4. Those are all confirmed to be on the docket for the next, 15 years. So, I'd say, as the collections come out, just keep buying them, and Capcom will eventually put out the next major game. We got delays because of COVID. BN Collection was supposed to be out back in December, with the anime leading all the way up till September, and then that was supposed to be your time frame for all of the goodies and merchandise and stuff. And then the new game was supposed to be announced later this year, along with the movie that's going to be airing on Netflix. I'm going to let Casey catch up for now, and I'm going to let myself drink my water because I am very winded. That was Mega Man 3 for Game Boy, but we're not done here.
I was starting to panic. Alright, the bottom text says I can only use NTSC or DVDs because I live in the United States and my DVD players only accept Region 1 DVDs.
If you have a PlayStation 3, a PlayStation 4, PS5, or Xbox One Series X, or literally a PC with a DVD drive, you can actually get around that.
Alright, let's see here. Fluffy Zenny, okay, here's for now.
Great! You just missed Mega Man 3 for Game Boy! It's okay,
I informed them of that, like 30 minutes ago.
It's okay, because I have another game planned, so it's fine.
Currently baking shadows for Mario Kart in Blender while I got this in the background. Lol.
Nice. Nice, Fabs.
One time I bought a Region 2 PAL DVD Nightmare Before Christmas because the aspect ratio, meant for standard televisions, was so stretched out on both players, until I discovered that one of them can show original 4:3 aspect ratios correctly.
I'm gonna read this next one. Maokai says, BN4 should have been split up into 4 very similar games like Four Swords, Violet, Immersion, Blue Moon, Red Sun, Spectral. Okay, Maokai, in terms of Battle Network 4, no. They only had enough gameplay there for 1 game, and they had enough scenarios for 2 games, but only had enough for 1 playthrough. So they broke it up into tournament sections and made you replay the game 3 times to see the full story. No! 4 does not need to be 4 games. 3 playthroughs are enough over 2 cartridges for each. So 6 playthroughs total? No. Not doing that. Alright, you can go next.
Maokai says, I wish to witness your hand at the pen and pad.
If you do... pen and pad. So, I'm assuming you're talking about drawing. In terms of artwork, I do the art for the thumbnail in terms of, like, my character. I have a Telegram group in the description. My Twitter is always linked in the video, at the end of the video, as well as in the description, and the Discord. All has my art. I animated my VTuber, I drew that one, and I drew Presto down there in the bottom. So, I am quite proficient at art. But I will be showcasing my style and whatnot later on.
Let's see here. Zenny says, I had school junk to do, Casey. But I did it with a smiley face.
Nice.
Good for you. I'm glad to hear that.
And the bottom text says, but it didn't work on DVD players, there were different codes, and when it worked on the computer, the movie... Oh! Yeah. I'm not gonna...
That's the difference between PAL and TSC. It's more noticeable in video games, though.
Yeah, it is. It really is. I dare you guys, play Sonic 1 at the PAL region speed, and then try...
No,
and then after completing it, go back to Sonic 1 on Genesis, and just tell me how different that is.
No, don't do that to them. Don't do that to them.
I won't, but, I mean, I'm just saying...
Gavin, what have you done?
That is the easiest way to tell the difference.
Oh, no!
Oh, boy.
School stinks. School is good.
So, I've got a...
Don't do it.
So, I have a secret for... I have a secret game planned for today that I have not told anybody about other than Casey. It is not in the It is not in the thumbnail. It is barely in the title. Once we get the presented by Capcom screen, let's we're gonna jump right into it.
By the way, I've been testing the second controller out this whole time, and it works beautifully on Genesis.
I know, right? It's just fantastic. Maokai, in terms of Colonel being seen in BN4, Colonel actually makes an appearance in one of the mobile phone titles, so either playthrough of 4 and 5 that you play through are actually canon. Hate to say it, but you know. Or you could go with my little route and split and converge the timelines. I talk about it in the in the Ultimate Guide to Megaman, which I'm actually in my video files because I'm all over the place right now. So, let's get to an Unreal... go ahead and read that out, and then we'll get to it.
Chronopert said I played Sonic 1 on GBA. Joke's on you.
I think joke's on you, bud. So, this is an unreleased Game Boy game. We're going to be seeing the NES version of this in a couple weeks, because I feel like doing a multiplayer couple days. However, this is what's known as Wily and Lights Rockboard Now That's Paradise. Or Wily and Lights Megaboard, That's Paradise. Same Boy is the emulator that I'm using. But this is a board game that was outsourced from Capcom to a different studio, And they wanted to fit as many characters as they could, as well as a new character called Reggae that we see right there. And to go along with this, they had a Game Boy version planned. However, it wasn't released. And then, the Giga Leak happened in 2020, and we have Rockport. So, I'm going to be reading off some of the text and doing very rough and loose translations. It says, "Hello and welcome to Rockport. How many people will be joining you today? We will be playing with 2 players and 0 other characters, because right now I don't have a great way. When we do the NES version, we will be playing the English translation. I have played this game before with 3 people, and it is hilarious.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was consisted of Gavin, Karmic, and I, and Karmic got a little salty.
Oh yeah. So I'm going to be playing...
A little.
I'm going to be playing as Dr. Light here today. Is that a fine pick? Yes. So the way this works is you pass around the Game Boy to do multiplayer. So, who would you like to be, Casey?
Dr. Valley.
Alright. We aren't going to be playing with any CPUs. You can, but yeah.
It's more fun this way.
It is. It is. So which one do we want to be in? 1,
Let's
2,
go
3, or 4? 4? Alright. This is, I believe, is the largest map. It has randomly selected which character will go first. Now this is the rules. Are we playing by Battle Royale or the most spaces?
So, if you wanted a Battle Royale game, it's here. This is the Battle Royale Mega Man game we've all been wanting.
Not necessarily. It's essentially, if all the other players bankrupt, that's what Battle Royale is. If you own 75% of the board, the game will end in Battle Royale and show you the credits if you're on the Megaopolis stage, which I believe is stage number 3. So, go ahead and pick which one we're doing.
Which of the 2? I can't read them.
Oh. Well, then we'll just go with the first one here. We'll go with,
Right, sure.
I believe this is Battle Royale. We have 7, or no, this is the goal mode. So we have 7 turns to get 13 spaces, it looks like, and that much money to win.
Oh boy.
So,
It's chosen me to go first.
it is chosen you to go first. I will roll for you, just tell me when to hit the button.
Go.
Ready?
Yeah. Now.
We've gotten 4. Are we going left or right?
Let's go left.
Oh, it is forcing us to go... I don't want to go that way. I want to go this way.
Well, then let's go right.
Oh, you got a pickaxe area.
We getting mats, peeps. Let's go.
Construction has slowed you down.
Oh, never mind. We aren't getting mats.
I'm gonna go ahead and just roll. Hope for the best. Could you imagine the timey-wimey stuff involving a random rogue Reploid protecting Kalinka during... So... Oh, well, I'm gonna be slowed down too. We both lost a turn.
Wow.
So it's back to you.
It's back to you.
And then it's back to you.
Alright, fine. I'll take my turn. We're gonna roll again. And now.
You got 8.
Alright.
Oh, this is the Megaopolis stage, actually. My bad. Malkai says, could you imagine some timey-wimey stuff involving random rogue Reploid protecting Kalinka during a cyber apocalypse? No. Specifically because I understand the lore behind Megaman, that would never happen.
Plus, it wouldn't really fit in.
Yeah, Megaman...
Everyone's talking about the Resident Evil 4 remake as if it's a new game.
Yeah, it's really not. More of its own thing. Alright, so what we doing here? So this game was...
No, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're gonna roll. Just let me know when.
Go ahead and pass my turn. Oh, never mind. Okay, now.
Oh, my bad.
You're fine.
I don't believe you can pass in this game.
You cannot?
I don't believe
thought
so,
we
because I don't believe we could pass in the NES version.
I love how you're buying... You're using my money. You're spending all my money, SpongeBob.
Sorry. Sorry.
Sponge me, boy.
It's kind of hard when you're not passing the controller. We'll show off a proper two-player mode when we do the NES version.
Maybe we can get Karmic in on it.
I would like to get everyone in on it, because I think that'd be really fun.
Alright, that's enough of Sonic and Knuckles. I'm testing a bunch of different games
It
with
is
to
now-
see how responsive it is.
It is now your turn.
Alright, what are my options again, aside from rolling?
I believe one of these is card. I don't know. I'm really.
We'll roll again.
I'm honestly. I'm gonna let you know right now. In terms of Rockboard and text translation, my translations are very rough. And you want to buy it or no?
Yeah, we'll buy it. That'll be the last space I buy, by the way.
Gotcha. This is a random space. We're gonna pick another card here. We got a blues card. So this game is actually canon to the Mega Man series. I'm assuming you're wanting to roll again.
Yeah, go for it.
So, the reason why Karmic might not be in on it... Oh, we have a Met space now.
Meto space, yay!
Are you going to be in it or out of it?
In it.
You now own the Met space. Meaning if I land on it, I believe I'm stopped for a turn as well.
And then you have to pay me.
They're kind of like
me
railroad
my money.
spaces.
Now.
So, Malkai, when I say canon, I mean lore-wise. So this is actually just kind of a game representation of Wily, Cossack, and Light bidding for funding for their robotics. Wily goes through more shady means, Dr. Light goes through more reasonable means, and Dr. Cossack goes alongside Dr. Light to vouch. This is also where Dr. Cossack would have been sanctioned from robotics for a time, and therefore reinstated by the end of the board. Let me know when you're done with the roll.
Now.
Would you like to buy that space?
No.
Okay.
No.
So... another thing about this game is that the Game Boy version was given out to... I'm gonna buy this one. Lessens the value a lot, but it also means your value can't go up on that one. Who is Eric Fund Wily? It must be a dictator country thing. No, actually, it's Mr. X. A mysterious benefactor who is filthy rich and funds the entirety of Mega Man 3 for Game Boy, Mega Man 4 for Game Boy, 5 for Game Boy, 4, 5, and the first half of 6. As well as the first 4 bots for Mega Man 7. Essentially, after Mega Man 3, Mr. X does a ton of funding, and that's why Wily gets a ton of action in terms of, like, you know, evil schemes and stuff. Alright, tell me when.
Go for it now.
Would you like to buy this one? It's only 100.
Yeah, we'll go for it.
So the way you increase spaces is that you have to have adjacent pieces. So if I got that 500 and the 100, we would have actually increased the price here. I'm going to go ahead and get this one and showcase it. See, the price goes up. And then once you build on it, the price goes up even further. Go ahead and tell me when to finish your roll.
Now.
Would you like this one?
No. No, thank you.
That's pretty rich. Must be bored or something. I wonder where Mr. X got his money. Lottery. The Archie comics described the Mr. X as a filthy billionaire. The comics made him something of a time-traveling anarchist, which I'm okay with. And they called him the one of the Ruby Spears, which was or Emerald Spears, which allowed for them to be like, oh, here's a wink and nod to Ruby Spears. But once he ended up accidentally time traveling and ended up in the past. And all right, let me know when your roll's done.
Go for it now.
So, why wasn't this game released? It seems mostly complete, right? Actually, it would have been a Nintendo decision for the price of the cartridges to be printed. You got a question space. Go ahead and pick your card, left, right, or middle.
We'll go with left.
You got Electman as a boss.
Nice.
Electman allows you to destroy a building. Maokai says there's quite a colorful history. Most of Megaman lore is a very colorful history. I actually really like learning about this stuff because, for me personally, it's kind of a good day. I have landed on the E-Tank space, which was the starting square. So this didn't come out because of mostly money. Funny about that, right? But a board game on Game Boy just wasn't going to cut it, especially because this was supposed to come out in between Mega Man 3 and 4 for Game Boy. All the while, Mega Man 4 and 5 were coming out that year, and then Mega Man 6 and 5 for Game Boy were the next year, as well as X was coming out. So, essentially, Nintendo felt it was too oversaturated, and there weren't really any needs for board games on the Game Boy. So they jacked up the price of cartridges for this one, and the company that was developing this, because they outsourced an outsource for this, so essentially Capcom gave the license to somebody to make a board game, and then the board game people gave it licensing out to try to make the Game Boy version. They just didn't have the funding to do it because they were being paid so little. So, there's a little bit of factor for you. Would you like to roll?
Yeah, well, let's go for it.
Let me know when.
Now.
This isn't the best way to play this. The best way to play this is actually with 2 controllers. And on the NES, you got another question space. Left, right, or center?
Alright. Right.
Maokai says it sounds tedious. This is kind of like Monopoly with extra steps, and it's a bit faster paced. I actually really...
I got Quint.
You did.
Sorry.
We haven't actually discussed Quint yet on the channel, but we will. Probably tomorrow, especially because he's in the game tomorrow. But yeah, we're officially at 1 hour and 26 minutes, and I have officially run out of stuff to talk about in terms of Rockboard on Game Boy. The game never came out, it was mostly complete, it's just needed a little bit of bug testing. The ROM exists out there, but I'm not going to tell you guys how to get it, because I don't want Nintendo on me, or Capcom. This could see a release someday, you never know. But as far as I'm concerned, I think this is where we're going to have to stop with this in particular, because the music is starting to drain on me.
I got that. The music is a little, how should I say? Repetitive? That's what y'all people say, right?
I would say it's definitely repetitive.
Don't leave us, says Maokai.
Don't leaf us.
Oh.
Leaf.
No, that's Woodman's job.
Yeah. Yeah, we were trying to condense things down and make things simple, but, yeah, no, I don't really know what else to say here. I've showcased an unreleased game, a released game, and in pretty good time, honestly. I think I beat the time for Mega Man 3 that we did on the original playthrough. Because I think my original upload video for World 3 was like 2 hours or something like that.
Your playtime last night was an hour. You completed it in about 46 minutes.
Oh gosh, that scares me for tomorrow and the next day then. Because we're getting down to the shortest games in the series.
We're at a minute or an hour and 25.
I know. I'm a little nervous because I don't actually have anything else planned for today. So... Well, shoot. How about we do some fiddling around and we make this a little bit of a Q&A section.
Alright, I'm down.
Chat, you down for Q&A?
Actually, I'm fighting Mr. Frosty right now. I'm trying out Kirby's Adventure for the first time.
Oh boy. So chat, feel free to ask your questions. It doesn't even have to relate to the game. I've run out of stuff to talk about. I have run out of game to show. I have an hour and 20 minutes, and I at least strive for an hour and a half. Usually, if not 2 hours, so... Yeah.
Plus, you got 2 people here to ask questions about.
Yeah.
Including the mysterious Casey.
Yeah, the mysterious Casey tape. Whoever would she be? I guess I should probably mention a few minor things that I I've been planning for recently. So, we're watching the Mario movie this Saturday or Sunday. We're planning for Saturday. However, if seats are filled, we'll do Sunday. So, as far as spoilers are concerned, please do not spoil the Mario movie. We won't have a chance to see it till the end of the week, which means I won't get to make content on it until, you know, Monday at the soonest. How young was Gavin again? I can't recall, only if you don't mind that is. I am 23. I am a 23-year-old, and I do this as a living. And Casey is 20, if I remember correctly.
In August, actually.
Hey, Casey?
Yeah.
Can you check the footage there? I don't think I got hit.
Yeah, what? Wait. Okay, why are you just all of a sudden now cracked at this game?
What is going on, chat?
What? That's nuts. Okay. Maokai says they feel old.
It's okay. I feel old half the time, too. Just because I'm younger than you doesn't mean anything. I hold myself to a way higher standard than I honestly should. Zenny, I doubt you're old. You're not old until you're like 78, and that's only if you feel old. It's only if you're mentally old. If you're still young at heart, don't even worry about it.
So I just thought of something really cursed.
What's up?
I tried to speedrun Super Mario 64 using the TurboGrafx controller.
That would be interesting to see you try. I recommend doing the DS version just because that's already set up with D-pad controls.
Oh, this is already glorious already. I'm actually having quite a good time. The only thing I don't have is the Z button.
Hey,
which may seem like a problem at the moment, but I will set it up for
so
the staircase.
if chat has any more questions, please ask them. Go ahead and ask as much as you want. I'm not picky in terms of questions.
Oh, oops.
For some reason, Casey, you got a lot louder.
I'm sorry. I stubbed my toe.
Casey, you got any questions that chat might want to know from me?
Do you like chocolate? I don't know.
I do. I like milk chocolate. I like white chocolate a lot.
White chocolate's good. I'm a fan of dark chocolate, but Truman takes that to the next level.
Could you back away from the mic just a little bit?
Am I that close to it?
Yeah, you are that close. You're that loud today.
Oh, okay. I guess it's because I'm used to like being quiet around you, and then just like now that I'm not in front of you, I'm just loud. I'm sorry about that.
It's fine. Zenny,
yeah.
I hope you have a great rest of your day as well.
So I just realized something that could be possibly detrimental to the speedrun.
What's up?
If I don't pull off bomb clip first try,
Just a little further away from the mic. Or
I'm not even that close. Why does my mic do this?
I don't know. It's just really loud.
So I figured out that if I'm not able to get bomb clip first try, I have to go for another star completely.
Huh.
Because to get behind the Chain Chomp's gate, I have to use the Z button, which I don't have.
Fun.
This is gonna be a scary stream when it comes.
That'll be on Casey Tape's Twitch channel. It won't be here on this one.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I run a Twitch channel, and it's completely different. I didn't want to shell out, though.
Yeah, well, we're doing that
Because
for you. Just because, you know. Let's see here. What else can I say? I make fursuits. I'm working right now on 2 at the moment, or, well, helping 2 people understand how to make them, or, you know, make them themselves. So, we're working on Casey Tape's own, well, Casey's suit, and we're working on Fevry's suit later on this month, so all within preparation and meantime.
I'm not gonna lie, the D-pad on this controller feels a bit more heavy compared to the one you have.
I'm sure it does. There are minor differences between each controller.
That's fair.
How much do you charge for fursuits? Okay, Maokai, I'm gonna be honest, I've only ever made one fursuit right now, and that's Presto. I love Presto. I love him a lot. I showcase him off in a lot of my different shorts. But I don't charge because I don't make suits. I don't take commissions on fursuits. And the main reason behind that is I am not confident enough in my skill, and I'm not confident enough yet in what I do. And it all boils down to I am very new at making suits. I only just made Presto last year with some help from Blue Jackalope, and I won't be... Do I do buster runs a lot? Well, only when I'm not quite as familiar with the game, Chrono Bird. But I don't make suits because I don't really... I just can't... Like, I know how to. I can definitely do it. But I feel like it's just a little bit out of my wheelhouse. Because I'm not a seamstress by trade, I'm an artist. I do drawings and animations. When it comes to fursuit making, it's a whole other learning task for me. So, you won't expect me to sell any suits anytime soon. That's for sure. I have enough problems with a certain suit maker I've already... who I've bought from, that I don't feel comfortable enough selling suits. Here's a little trick I learned from a speedrun.
However, Chad, if you are looking for commissions, I am open for art commissions.
Casey's open for art. I do have somebody who does make suits, though, who I trust a lot. He's another co-commentator on this channel. His name is Argent. He runs a store called Doodle Owl. He makes some amazing suits. He made Karmic version 3. He's made Presto's arms. And he also made a... He's also been working on a viewer of this channel who got an art commission from me for an Elusive the Cat.
What a name. Elusive.
Yep.
Oh, I can't do this now because I don't have the... I just realized how much of a task this, I can't finish this run. Oh no. So this is going to be a big issue. Casey Tape, what are your rates? So there's two different types of art that I do. I do pixel art and digital art. In terms of digital art, if that's what you're looking for, my rates are from 5 to 10 for simple line art, no colors or anything. Colors just add $5 to it. Gremlin beans, however, are probably going to be your cheapest option if you want anything. And plus, you get a really cute gremlin version of your Sona.
Which is fun. They've done one for Presto. It's cute.
I wish you could, I wish just for one stream, just without any context, the little Presto image you have down there is just replaced with Presto, the gremlin.
I might do that, maybe, eventually. I thought about replacing the entire banner down there, because some of it is actually getting out of date.
Oh boy.
So, the subscribe button I want to change into an animated one, and the ratings for not subscribed and subscribed has changed a lot since then. We're actually looking at around, a good 50% of viewers are subscribed and not subscribed based on my stream viewers. Uploads, on the other hand, it's more like 95% of my viewers are not subscribed. Which is wild to me. But yeah. I was actually nervous that I was going to make a bunch of flub-ups today, and this was going to be the most struggling game in my in the entire series that I was going to do. And no! It decided today, of all days, we're just going to give you good RNG, great drop rates, and yeah, you're just not going to fail that much. I don't know what's going on.
Well, why are you complaining?
Because now I'm doing like a second pseudo half run. For funsies.
I always love Gemini Man's level, says Maokai.
Gemini Man's an interesting stage. I think it's actually kind of grosser on the Game Boy. Just an opinion of... Just this one cat's opinion. Trust me, if you guys have a different opinion, it's okay. Oh, we're out of Shadow Blade. Snake? Oh. I can shock him. Alright. Let's just get these out.
You just shocked them.
I open them up and then immediately stun them, and they're just like, what? Oh,
I
boy.
have been born.
Malcry says, Cat, I thought you were a dragon. I am a kitty dragon. Oftentimes, so as far as the channel's concerned, the dragon part of my name comes because I like D&D. I like video games. Video games have dragons oftentimes. Yes, even
And you live with one.
Yeah. But, like, that wasn't, you know, the thought process. My first Sona was a dragon. He is no longer used. I am not giving him away, but he is no longer used. He is not who I am anymore, and that is okay. I will forever stay Presto the Bunny and Gavin the Kitty, and that is a-okay. So that's why I open up all my videos with, hello, I'm Gavin the Kitty, instead of, your humble host, instead of, you know, Gavin Dragon. Because I'm not a dragon, per se, I just prefer being the cat.
No love for Durgans.
Back in the box, you Durgan.
No, I want to stay out and see the sunshine.
Sees the sun, hisses at it, of course.
No, you're right. That's something Casey would do.
I need to see the sun, hisses at the sun. It's like, what?
The sun is a deadly laser.
Malcry says they like cats. Well, cool.
Alright, let me see if I can pull this off. This is going to be extremely difficult to do without Mario Cam. I missed!
I have a cat, but he is at my mom's. She is a mom cat sort of thing.
I hate that I'm allergic to cats, though. That's the one thing I really dislike about myself.
Yeah.
Because I love cats. You have no idea. Like, ever since I was little, I've always wanted, like, a black cat. But can never have one.
This so far is another really clean run. I don't know.
Okay, Gavin. There is a time in every gamer's life where they just get a run that is just amazing for no reason.
Because
Just accept it and ride that wave, my boy.
I'm just confused, because, like, I practiced this twice last night. We struggled with MGBA, switched to Same Boy, had an okay run that wasn't, like, terrible, but it wasn't great. And then we did the one right beforehand, which was alright, and now we're just on this pace, and I have no idea what to feel about it.
Feel happy. Feel proud.
I'm feeling confused.
Eat broccoli.
And if you guys are confused too, feel free to tell me how confused you are in the comments or the chat or whenever. I don't know.
I might do a stream here soon. I don't know, cause I did not stream it all this past week. I've been so busy.
Well, I mean, you've been working at that flying battery zone.
Yeah, I have been working at Flying Battery Zone.
You don't know what I'm talking about, chat. That's okay.
Go check out my channel, I guess, or question mark.
Question mark? I don't know. He uploaded a joke video.
I did upload a joke video. There's another one coming.
Should I show off the Skull Man thing that I did yesterday?
Yeah, you should. You most definitely should.
I did this without any other weapons the other night. On MGBA, where we were struggling to get things running. It is amazing how just changing the emulator changed the way the game ran.
I'm more or less surprised that Rush didn't clip through the ground.
Oh yeah, because that's what happened in the Megaman 4 run.
Yeah, but that also happened to you yesterday during your playthrough of 3.
He didn't clip to the ground in 3.
Yeah, it did.
That was in 4.
Yeah, he clipped through the ground in 4 when we played it for the stream, but then he clipped through the ground in 3.
Oh, in this one? Yeah, no, didn't get that happening, but I did get him to stand on a one pixel gap and then immediately warp out. So,
That's
shrug.
fair.
Chronobert says I'm a gamer. Maokai says yeah. All right. Well, I guess I should probably mention all of the cool stuff in the descriptions. So, I've got a Telegram art group down there. I post all of my arts, my work in progresses, anything that is safe for work that I can post. It goes in the Telegram art group. And the reason behind that is because I wanted to give you guys a showcase of what I do off of stream when I'm just, you know, sketching. Another thing, and we also have the Discord down there, which is a really easy way to get a hold of me, Casey, and pretty much all of my co-hosts. And it's also a pretty good spot to chat with any of us if you have any questions about scheduling or, you know, when I'm going to be live. I am more active on the Telegram, but that's just the way I've always been. I've also got the Twitter down there, @GavinDragonYT. Not sure what's gonna happen with that one. But, I mean, it exists. Another good way to reach out from me about stuff. It's also a good way to get alerts, along with ringing the bell and stuff.
Yeah, it's true, chat.
Oh, you can't throw diagonally down in this game.
Oh, well, there's something you can talk about.
They nerfed it! They nerfed the funny weapon! No!
Chat, we're gonna ban Manakuchi from making any more games.
They don't exist anymore.
We'll ban them anyways. I don't care how defunct they are. They're banned. What was that? What is that meme? Was that one person? It's like if you make an open world game with a side quest where the NPC walks faster than your walk speed, but walks slower than your run speed, you are banned from making video games for a year.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember when that was going around. That one made me chuckle because it was like, yeah, those are kind of bad NPC quests. And I don't even play open world games. It doesn't even have to be open world, in fact, because Resident Evil. There are some missions and some mid Resident Evil games where I'm just like, no.
There's one that there's some games like that are Metroidvanias that have quests like that, sort of like Link's Adventure, where they'll walk off screen because they walk too quickly, and they'll just like despawn, so you like have no idea where to go. Chrono says, if this is a blessed day, then next stream is going to be a pain. Looking forward to that. Am I muted?
No, I heard you.
Oh, okay. You didn't say anything and I was confused.
Yeah, Skullman takes a little bit of focus.
That's fair. Shadowblade should have a shadow that also cuts just barely right above it.
It could be a different weapon. This is just a silly run for fun now. I'm not even really focused, which is kind of great.
Yeah.
I'm doing all the things out of order. What else? What else should I say here? I think.
I mean, we I'm trying to think of commentary too, but I can't think of anything. I guess I'm gonna draw.
Here's a little reference for Dive Man. Dive Man has a lyric version of this track called "Diving Day," and it is a really well done track. And I recommend you guys looking it up after the stream's over. let's try... Of course, Shadow Blade kills it.
What is my weakness? Shadow Blade.
Oh my god. Anyways.
I don't own any blades. I only own guns.
Actually, no. Shadow does own a sword.
Okay, we're not talking about that game, okay? You hush. We're not
No,
talking
no,
about
no.
that
He
game.
does. He does.
He does?
He does.
You're just gonna dance on the ladder casually as you tell me if he does.
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
Okay. Let's see here. Deep thoughts with the deep. Dive man goes deep. Says, Maokai.
He's going somewhere.
So let's see here. We finished this game in about, what? An hour? 46-ish minutes?
Yeah.
Started Rockport, and now we're playing it again.
Yep. I mean,
Let's
we
see how
were...
fast you can beat this.
I mean, let's be real. We weren't going to be able to finish that run anyways, because some of the Japanese later on in that game gets a bit harder to read. And it's
That's fair.
it's not really finished, so I wouldn't be able to show it off anyways. There are a few bugs there that will glitch and break the game. Just because I have a ROM for it doesn't mean it's beatable. It just means I have the ROM for it. Now, the way I got that ROM is something else entirely.
We raided Area 51.
And I'd own a physical copy of Rockboard, but that's $60. And I don't think of... I'm sorry, Rockboard, but you're not worth $60. Maybe $30, if you're lucky.
You are being brutal to this poor game.
Well, I'm just being honest. Like, listen, Mega Man 5 is not worth $600, and Rockboard isn't worth $60. Mega Man game prices get really, really ridiculous when you look into the market of retro games.
That's fair. It's going to be. It's Mega Man. What do you expect?
Well, they're good games. Almost every single one of them are good games, and almost every person who likes Mega Man ends up becoming a really good,
Platformer.
yeah, or just a really good game in general. Like, Rockboard is probably one of the better Monopoly games I have played. Maokai says, are they worth $60? I'd say most of my audience members are worth far more than they give themselves credit for, so... If you believe you're...
That goes for everyone in chat, minus me.
No, including you.
Bah.
Was Yellow Devil a good idea for a boss in the Mega Man franchise, or just an annoying gimmick? It was a great idea for a boss.
There's so many variations of the Yellow Devil. Chat, you have no idea.
X6 and 7 are both good and bad.
Isn't there a Yellow Devil virus in Battle Network? Or
There-
is it an homage to the Yellow Devil?
Yes, there is a Yellow Devil. He is called Alpha. He is a prototype internet-connected service in Battle Network that is the final boss of Battle Network 3, Blue and White. Or Black, if you're in Japan. I'm not judging.
No, it's red, white, and blue. That's the whole reason why it's called that.
I mean, they did have Red and Blue for their next game, so I mean, shrug, question mark. But X6 and 7 are what they are. They're not bad games. I can't say they're bad games, because I have played... Okay, I have 100%ed completed. 100%. That means maxing out X and 0 in terms of stats, getting every injured Reploid, beating the entire game, you know, seeing Dynamo, everything. in X6. 7 different times. And I am planning on doing it again for the stream. But we'll be playing an improvement patch for that. I've done that without the improvement patch. I have played X7 to 100% completed, max stats on all characters 4 times. And every time I end up really annoyed, but still for some reason wanting to go back to play it again.
Chat, this is your chance to start typing Giga Chad in the chat.
So if anybody is wondering why I am like, yeah, X6 and 7 aren't that bad, it's because I played them enough to understand their differences. Also because I play X7 on the Japanese version most of the time, because... No, I refuse. Just like how the laser refused to hit the Hammer Joe there.
What are you refusing?
Well, so in X7, we'll get there when we get there, but for a short rundown, your movement speed is faster in Japanese. The bosses don't yell and scream at you every single time they fire a weapon in the Japanese version of X7. And to go along with that, it's just overall a more refined experience, even if not a great one. Meanwhile, yeah.
My brother warned me to stay away from X6 and X7. Was all I had at one point, so I played the heck out of it.
I mean, hey, you play with what you got. There are improvement patches for X5 and 6, and I think one for X7 was started for the Legacy Collection as a mod. However, right now, Legacy Collection is your best bet for X7. It's a good port of the game, it up-reses all the models and textures. They really went through that game with a fine tooth comb. You can play the Japanese version, and it's PC. Like, why not? It's just better in every way. But, we are now at the 2-hour mark, and we're only like 3 stages away from the final boss.
Why not?
Let's just finish it. Chat, if you guys want to leave here, it's a-okay with me, but I am down to answer more questions. What? Can you like send a... Can you ask Truman to show up for this? Just for a moment? Just like explain to him like how today is going, because I'm confused.
Yeah, I got him.
But yeah, no, I love this franchise. I love this series with all my heart. I think it's one of the best. Not only one of the best NES games, but some of the best Game Boy and just modern games in general. I will never stop gushing and loving the series, even if they do make some goofy mistakes. It's kind of like it's kind of like DMC Devil May Cry. It's stupid, but it's so much fun. I don't care. Which is great for me, because that means I can say that I actually like Dante, which is great. Or Dino, as some people have called them. I call him Dante. But he's Dante. My favorite...
His name is Dante.
Oh, no. DMC Devil May Cry.
DeLorean Motor Company?
No. DMC Devil May Cry for the PS3 and Xbox 360. They made
I know what Devil May Cry is.
Okay, but we're not talking about white hair Dante. We're talking about black hair Dante.
Oh.
That's what I mean when I say Dino or Dante.
Yeah,
because
that's not Dante. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it is.
No, it isn't.
He's got the attitude. It's Dante. Is that what you're gonna call him?
Yeah, Dantane. Dantane. There you go.
How about we just call him Penne and skip a couple steps?
Why are we naming him after pasta?
He's al dente.
Amazing how much passion. By the way, Jaro says hi. Bird says it's amazing how much passion went into every single one of the games. I'm having a pseudo burnout just thinking about it.
Yeah, it's okay, Chronobird. I totally understand. I get about when I play all these games, I definitely feel a little burnt out by the time I'm done. This is something I haven't done fully in about 3 years. Is just play through every single game in the series. Like, back to back to back, like this. I haven't done that in, like, 3 years. Hello, Cuddly Kong! Welcome! You missed our first run of Mega Man 3, but we're on a second run. You also missed, Rockboard for Game Boy. Oh, look! Another extra life!
Oh my gosh.
Oh, look! He clipped into the floor. Oh my gosh. This is still ridiculous. And a lot. Like, this is just funny to me. How did I go from struggling to absolutely tearing this game apart? Like, I don't think that I've had that much more experience than when I started. Like, I don't even have to go over that health capsule. I'm still going to, but, like, I don't have to.
Spooky capsule.
Snake. Oh, you saw...
Kong says...
Oh, they saw me beat the first go-around. Okay, cool. I just didn't know... You didn't say anything at first, and usually you're, like, the first one in chat, Cuddly Kong. Also, hello, Drew. I'm sorry I haven't said anything yet on that front. I need to get better.
You didn't say hi to Jaru.
Oh, no! Whatever shall I do?
Say hi.
Oh, I should probably also mention, we are going to be at Anthro, Ohio this year. So, in 2 months' time, we will be at Anthro, Ohio, here in Columbus, Ohio, doing, I'll be hosting my If You're Under 18, Then You're 12 panel. If you haven't ever been to that, it is a bit of chaos and a lot of fun. And
It's gonna be during the summer.
It is! And it's gonna be...
probably gonna burn.
No, you're not gonna burn, because... Well, one, it's all inside of a nicely chilled hotel.
Ooh.
I'm friends with the majority of the staff on Anthro, Ohio, but I wouldn't say I know most of them very well. However, I do know that I believe Status is working on the scheduling and panel submission. So, if anybody is going to Anthro, Ohio and wants to see me and Status the Ferret just absolutely be a bunch of goofballs on stage, we'll be at Anthro, Ohio this year with my panel. It's gonna
be sitting in the corner with a coloring book or something.
And even if it doesn't get accepted into the schedule officially, I'm still gonna host the panel. I'm gonna find an empty room with a bunch of mics set up, and we're just gonna do it anyways. So prepare for it, regardless if you want it or not.
Prepare for trouble. Make it double.
I am curious whether the Jaru that we have in chat is Jaru, who I know from Anthro, Ohio. Yeah, the
Big reveal.
Big reveal. It's Punk.
It just starts playing the Mega Man 4 fighting music.
Alright, later, Chronobird. I hope you have a great rest of your night. Cuddly Kong says, I was like, dang, that was quick. Yeah, I was expecting 2 hours, because I was expecting to, like, really struggle and fail at this game.
How long did you spend on Legends? Because I know Castlevania Legends isn't that long.
That took me 2 hours. That took me 2
Really?
hours. Yeah, I believe that took me 2 hours if you want to look back at the VOD. Wasn't that long ago.
I know. Okay, the ones that I did watch you play were... what was it? It was Castlevania Legends and I believe Belmont's Revenge.
Well, we were kind of doing a Castlevania-y Game Boy sort of obscurity.
It was all within, Give me a second.
Oh, come on, now I can do this. I've got 4 E-Tanks. Going into the... Oh, shoot. The clouds outside are looking worse, and I'm actually getting a bit nervous, but we are going to go ahead and finish up here, and then...
It was... Yeah, it was like raining really hard earlier.
And then it stopped, and now it's just dark. And, yeah.
Oh, there's Belmont's Revenge. Found it. You spent 2 hours on it, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I think Legends was 2 hours as well.
Yeah, Legends was 2 hours.
Even Adventure took me a little bit.
Evoke the Halloween for a curse.
But yes, tomorrow is Mega Man 1 and 2 for Game Boy, one of the harder Mega Man games, and one of the easiest Mega Man games. So, yeah, if you're at all curious about how that's gonna go, I implore you, come tomorrow around 3 o'clock, and we will... 3 o'clock EST, and we'll be playing through both those games. And then Friday, we'll be doing Mega Man 1 and 2 for NES. And then next week has the Wily Wars, Super Adventure Rockman, the Battle Network Legacy Collection, and Street Fighter Cross Mega Man, along with Challenger from the Future. Alright.
Sorry, I'm so quiet.
No, you're fine. We've hit the 2 hour mark. I've hit my kind of limit for now at least.
So have I.
Here's a neat trick with this room. If you just hold up for this part, you don't have to even worry about it.
So why do you always do that? Because you always enter that room and then just go back down and then hold up.
I'm never
holding up the entire time.
I'm never prepared for it.
Oh, that would explain it.
I don't memorize the room layouts in Mega Man, so I just kind of see a challenge in front of me and I go for it. So if it seems like I'm taking something a little weird, it's because I'm not totally used to it. Especially because this is the slowest climbing Mega Man that we've ever seen. In terms of, like, how fast Mega Man climbs ladders, this is as slow as he gets.
That's fair.
And no, I don't know why.
Malquat... Oh my gosh, now I screwed it up. Maokai says quota reached.
Quota is definitely reached. But it's not really so much. It's not so much amount of quota as it is. I want to give you guys a good amount of. I want to give you guys a good amount of gameplay and talkative and facts before I just, you know, finish the game. So if I normally don't hit a 2 hour mark, it's either because I don't have enough facts or because the game is really short. Just a Motobug says they love and hate this game. Love the first half and hate the second half. I totally understand that. This is actually our second run on today's stream, so believe it or not, the second run has actually been way cleaner than the first, and we also showed off Rockboard on Game Boy. But just a Motobug, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you're having a great day. Sorry for rambling on a little bit.
You're good.
I feel bad because I feel like I've been talking this whole time and I've been rambling and I haven't had much to say. But there's not much to say. We don't know a whole lot about the Game Boy game's development history, because Minakuchi kind of went defunct before anybody was really looking into it. Most of the oddities of this game just exist because, and...
Yeah. Motobug says, I've been replaying 5 and 2.
5 and 2. 5DX is pretty good. I've been going backwards through the entire series, so... Right, we started with 11 on my birthday, February 28th, and then each week we've been doing 3, and this week we're doing 4, and... Essentially what we've done is... I've made it to the point where all of Mega Man Classic is gonna get done in 1 month. And as far as timescale is concerned, this is the fastest I've ever done this, so... This is very...
Yeah, this is the one we did not time.
Well, I mean, like, everything. I mean, like, in terms of doing all of the games. I think 11 has been the worst run I've ever had on 11. But minus that, which was just a birthday stream to kickstart everything, I've actually been doing most of these games better than I've ever played them before.
Malachi says you'll never watch those delicious Mega Man iceberg videos. Nice.
Yeah, one of our friends of the channel, Flashing Blades, has actually done the Battle Network iceberg about 4 times over.
Oh boy.
Lots of fun facts in there.
Motobug says 5 relies on enemies more than platforming for its difficulty. I'm honestly better at platforming, with platforming, so 2 ended up being very easy to me.
See, 2 is easy, regardless of if you want platforming or not. I'm actually going to be I'm going to be discussing in 2 when tomorrow. So 2 and 1 for Game Boy.
Cuddly Kong goes, wait a minute, you were born?
What? What? That came out of left field. What?
What do you mean out of left field? You said on your birthday? You were talking about how you did 11
Oh,
on your birthday.
Yeah, my
and
20...
Like, wait a minute, you were born?
Yeah, my 23rd birthday, you dingus.
No, guys, Gavin's an AI that I programmed myself to entertain.
Clearly. I'm just mimicking being a person. God. No, I'm not an AI.
No, Gavin's not an AI, chat.
Real person, I do real things.
Motobug says, I honestly love the world games. All but 2.
Yeah, that's fair. That is a stance that I can get behind. All of them are pretty good, except for 2. 2 is bad. 2 is just so easy, it shouldn't have even existed, like... I don't know, I've never played an easier Mega Man yet.
And yet, for some reason, chat, I can beat 10, and I've beaten... Let's see here, I've beaten 10, I've beaten 1, I haven't finished 4, I beat Mega Man, Mega Man X 1 and 4, but I cannot beat Mega Man World 2.
You're just not used to the Game Boy yet. The Game Boy games are a different beast.
Maokai says real things like taxes.
I did do my taxes the other day.
So did I. For the first time.
I got $18. So, that should say everything you need to hear about me. I'm a broke kitty bunny. Sad Presto, sad Gavin, all broke. It's
You're
okay.
not as broke as me. I rely on coins for currency.
Well, that's true, but at the same time, you also just started a new job, so...
That's fair. Motobug says presser, I assume they mean the word pressure? Is that what this boss is called? Oh, what is the name of this boss?
It's the Wily Machine. It's Wily Machine 3. And it's a hybrid of probably one of the more annoying and less creative ones in the entire Game Boy games lineup. Slash entire series. This isn't the hardest boss, but he does hit pretty hard and likes to deflect your shots. And it's annoying, but not like...
Wait, hold on. Cuddly Kong says Bunny Money and Kitty Cash.
If I had money, then yeah, sure. I don't, though.
I thought they were referring to both you and I, and I'm like, but I'm not a bunny.
No, that's just me.
Yeah, it's both of you.
That's just me and my two Sonas. Game's done. We beat it on the left and the right. Ah.
I'm slightly behind. Whoopee.
Once again, another less than an hour run of this game. I don't know how I miscalculated this hard. Fursuit, the enemy in World 4 based on the Wily Machine. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's pretty neat, Motobug. It's a bit of information I didn't know.
Kinda. It's weird.
But yeah.
All the Wily Machines.
There goes Wily.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, if you guys want to know more about the lore, I actually have the Ultimate Guide to Megaman Part 1 and 2. 1 goes over the classic games, and 2 goes over the Battle Network and Star Force games. When I mean classic, I also mean X, Legends, ZX, and Zero, so...
And Legends.
I said Legends.
Oh, did you? You said it so quick, I didn't hear it.
I'm moving quick today.
Quick man.
So I guess that's it for me. I'll see you guys tomorrow with Mega Man 1 and 2 for Game Boy. If you missed out on 3 and 4's playthrough yesterday, go check it out. But I have been your humble host. If you want to follow me on Twitter at GavinDragonYT, you can. It's on your screen as well as in the description below if I'm doing talking too fast for you. You can also subscribe to the channel. That's always appreciated, as well as like the video. That is extra appreciated. You can donate to the PayPal on your screen or in the description below. Not required, but it is always lovely. And once this video gets done processing, there will be stuff on your screen to click on. But as far as Mega Man 3 for Game Boy is concerned, we are done. I'll see you tomorrow for 1 and 2 for Game Boy. Good night, everybody.